Hello, live stream.
Hello, live stream and/or YouTube listeners.
Hello, friends,
Oh,
wherever
that
you might be.
live stream, huh? I guess I should
Wherever
do that live
and
stream
whoever you might be.
Okay, so
Watch
that really
this.
is just the YouTube. Haha.
too. Guess what? Now, after I click these two buttons, it's also the live stream.
Woo. Magic.
hey.
On the fly. Now we're gonna see how this looks on actual YouTube. Nope. Aline's video is messed up. Sorry. Hold on,
Oh,
live
no.
stream. We're
I'm
gonna.
a hot dog.
Yep. yeah.
Aileen is really a hot dog.
All right.
Ah.
Oh,
Keep
Gotta
it.
fix it. It's going away. Oh, bugger. All right.
Technical difficulties.
Woo.
Stand by. Should only take a second. Give me a new source.
Look at my
Happy
hat.
5th of July, everybody, which I assume is
Ooh,
Canadian
Hold it
Independence
up to
Day.
the camera.
It is,
What a
obviously.
cool. Wow, I like that yarn, not material or fabric.
Well,
That is- I mean, it is
I
in
made
green
this
material.
fabric.
That's
This
true.
is fabric.
Yes.
Ooh,
See, that is
fancy.
clearly what I
Yeah.
was trying to say.
I was
That's
making
awesome.
fabric this morning with my crochet hook.
Nice.
Stop being all crafty, people. It's really making the rest of us look
It's-
bad.
I really love this yarn. I love it so much.
Says the
Oh,
published
nice.
author.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't make anything.
You
made
made,
books.
You made a
Books.
book.
Someone
Yeah.
else printed them. It's not like I went out and made a book.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
Dan,
listening
Dan,
to
you
one
know-
of those books you made.
Dan, let me tell you about my greatest complaint about you is that you don't personally murder enough trees and rend them into paper. So you're
I've always
really
said
you're
that about him.
failing.
Thank you. It is
Yeah,
my
Dan,
biggest
if you would
regret.
just
Like, why
if
would
you
we
would just
buy your
pulp
book? It's
more
just
trees, I would think
printed.
so much better of you.
It reminds me of
I like
one of my
mine.
favorite cartoons of all time, which is two lumberjacks sitting on a log, and one of them says to the other, "The pay is terrible, and I hate the hours, but I just hate trees so damn much." Makes me laugh every time. All right, and almost
Emra's nemesis.
That's true. Did I do this right? It's always a question. Why?
I finally found some dice that I feel like are appropriate for. They're still not black, but I dug
Formal
through
dice.
But they're like dark
Mm.
green with sparkles. That's totally not going to
Nice.
focus on them, is it? Nope.
No, but I can kind of see it.
Gray.
I am living through all of you precariously vis-a-vis dice because it feels like
I'm gonna go with
Some-
vicariously, but precariously is
Vicarious-
No, I
also
think
good.
vicariously
also
makes
because
sense.
it's like
It's a
right on the
precipice you
edge
could
of
fall
like
off of.
yeah, because it feels like
Fair.
somebody in the TPK sphere gets some kind of fantastic dice once a week, and I'm like, I could buy those dice, and then but like whereas I literally just have two sets of dice which come in green, which are not very good, and orange, which at least orange and white is like high contrast.
I
so I
think
can
green
read
and
it.
orange is a great color combination. I have
Mm.
been like pumping for Seattle's hockey team. Like I want that to be their colors. It
But I
won't
see
be,
all of your
but I
dice,
want it.
and I'm like, I could buy those. But
Yeah.
maybe I'll just look at
really-
this photo.
I want to get the ones that I think of as the Gamma World dice. I really want to
Mm.
back that Kickstarter, and
Yes.
I know I
been
should.
I
thinking
was-
about it too.
I was thinking about Gamma World yesterday. I started coming up with some NPC names for Gamma World.
Oh boy.
I'm there for Gamma World.
We already have Curse Shot, and I guess we'll be doing some more Dark Sun. So I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
But I just
a lot
look
of
at this.
these.
This
I don't
angry
think we have
chicken.
enough content.
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just saying. When I lose my job, I'm ready. ready.
Our 24-hour TPK channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just me. Just-
It'll be like a team of 8 editors
mm.
to keep it like pumping out, so
Yeah.
Erica doesn't have to do all
Two
of it.
zookeepers who just throw raw meat into the cage I live in.
Yes.
You don't even have to pay for your own food then.
Yeah, well, I mean, they bill me, so.
All right, I think we're good here.
Is Aline not a hot dog?
Aline has been de-hot dogged.
What was what's the magic to de-hot dog someone?
It's
turn it
to
off, turn it back on.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
More or
Okay,
less.
just a second.
Tony, I don't know how much you know about computers, but 90% of problems can be
Technology.
solved by turning
think
things
I
off
have-
and turning them on again.
I think I have passed the line where have been out of my IT job longer than I was in my IT job. I can't do the math, but I'm not going to do that today because today we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Different kind
Uh,
of math.
Yeah. Dan, is anyone actually watching this live stream?
23.
Oh God, I
people.
forgot to tell my mom.
Dan, you're in charge of telling
Can't
Brian.
do this without your mom.
In charge of telling Brian, you say.
Mm.
I think I need to add to my TPK checklist. Make sure Erica's mom knows.
I think you do.
We need. I feel like we should
Okay,
be able
look.
to automate that. Something that checks flag
her.
is Erica in this adventure. Auto text.
Does she want to watch Adventures without Erica too? Because that could. I mean, maybe she enjoys that. I don't know.
She might, but not as much because it's a mom thing.
Yeah.
Erica,
My
can
mom
you remind
doesn't
me your
watch
mom's
these.
name? I want to say Renee, and that doesn't sound right.
No,
It is.
that is absolutely correct.
I don't
Oh,
trust
good
myself.
job, Tony.
It is Renee. Yep. It's also fun fact. My middle name.
Oh,
That's
Aw.
fun.
Yep.
That is fun and a
That
fact.
is cute.
Yeah.
It's my favorite kind of
I feel
fun
like
fact.
it's more it's more fun than it is a fact.
I mean, no,
It's definitely a fact, though.
pretty much
Well,
a fact.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's really fun.
And the fun part is that it's spelled Renae.
I did know that.
Wait. Way before that became a thing for most people. Like my grandma just decided she wanted to, I don't know,
She was
Americanize
ahead of
it.
the curve.
Take that spelling.
We have a very boring Jane history in my family of like 4 generations, but nobody told my mom, so I don't have Jane in my name. But I pass it on to Avi, so she has Jane.
Ah. So it's skipped a generation, is what you're
Yeah.
Yeah,
saying.
I want
yeah,
to. You
pretty
said
much.
a very boring Jane thing. I was like, oh, I'm glad Jane's not in this adventure because then we have to defend.
Georgie.
But there's really, I mean, I guess there are some ways that you could spell it differently, but like pretty much like you could do, the Firefly version with the Y, maybe throw in a random I, but it's pretty much Jane.
It's a solid name, though.
Jain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an option. Let's talk about
Jane.
spelling more.
Yes.
I can tell
No,
you
it's
my
starting
my
to-
middle
starting to
name's a
feel like my-
mashup.
A day job. What is your middle name again? I knew that.
It's Francine, and it is a mashup of my 2 great grandmothers, Frankia and Marcine.
Oh,
That's so cute.
That is also a fun fact.
That's a way better than Renesmee.
And,
It
Oh,
really
what?
is.
and now that we know your middle name, what's your?
You can
just
now
out of
break
curiosity,
into-
what's your
would you
mother's
like my
maiden name?
mother's maiden
And
name?
yeah,
And
first pets.
all right, let's rank social
It's
security
Smith.
numbers, everybody.
My aunt's name, my aunt Darlis. She's never met another Darlis in her life. It's because it's a combination of her parents' names, Doris and Arlen.
Wow.
All right. My name's Dan.
I-
Doesn't
I
get
hope
much
gave
more
enough
boring
time
than
for my
that.
Mom to log in. I don't know if my mom is
Uh,
watching. I have
Could
no
have been an
confirmation yet.
ace.
Could you have?
My parents like to joke about that. I don't think it was actually seriously in contention.
Oh, okay.
My mom almost named me Fern.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I was 3 days old before they named me because they wanted to meet me first and figure out what my name was.
and wait for
before-
you to tell them what your name is. I like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they did. The nurses were freaking out because they were like, "You have to name
This
your
baby's
baby."
talking. You threw him for a loop.
Erica, such a precocious child.
It really was.
Named
Yeah.
herself.
Erica, no one is surprised.
My grandma babysat me for like a week at one point when I was, I think, like 17 months old, and she literally wrote down and made a dictionary of all the words that I knew at 17 months. It was more than 400 words, which I guess is a lot.
Wow.
That is a lot.
That's very
I'm not sure I know
impressive.
400 words now.
My parents
Noted
still have that
author
list
Dan
somewhere.
Morin.
It's the same ones over and over again. That's the trick.
Efficiency. I like it. That's working smarter, not harder,
That's-
not smarter. Wait, smarter,
Nope.
not harder.
No, smarter-
Actually, it's
Eh.
not that smart either.
Yeah, it's not really working. Let's not worry about it.
You could say the words, you didn't know what they meant.
Let's all agree it's work.
Well, Tony, 25 people are here to ostensibly watch us play D&D.
All right.
Well, let us ostensibly play D&D.
Yes, let's.
We could
Hello,
talk about
live
this more.
stream. Hello, bootleg. We'll cover lots of side topics along the way, I'm sure. But now is the time for Dungeons and Dragons. Now is the time for me to say, Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I'm Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master. Today is an auspicious day, an exciting day for the day on which we start a new mini adventure. We are starting another adventure from Slyfroyer's wonderful collection of adventures known simply as Fantastic Adventures, a set of adventures you could buy. I totally recommend these if you, say, want to play some Dungeons and Dragons with your family or maybe some friends over a system like Roll20. They have put a lovely set of adventures together, and the adventure we are playing today, that we are starting today, is called The Crash Palace. To play The Crash Palace, I have assembled a returning group of Total Party Kill mini adventure players. Honestly, this is the best set of players that was available at this time.
Checks out.
Joining us, I will introduce them in an order that I am determining as I go, not technically an order. I will attempt to make sure that I introduce everyone and don't introduce anyone twice. Let me start by introducing Erica Ensign. Erica, welcome back to Total Party Kill.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here for my second mini adventure. I am continuing to play the same character as last time. I am Reed Quarrel Kilgariff, a very, very tall human with this great big black cloak. You can barely even see her face. She's carrying a giant halberd. Looks a little bit like a sickle. She's super, super goth and is a cleric to Kalimvor, the comforting god of death. She's super, super into like grave sites and stuff. So
we all knew someone like that in high school if we were not that person.
No comment.
Yeah. Next up, it's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Hello, I am playing Thamia. She is a Goliath fighter who just received a brand new, very fancy skull tattoo that's going to hopefully have some exciting properties.
Ooh, a magic skull tattoo.
Yes.
Very exciting. Next up, it is an author, a podcaster, and a Dan. It's Dan Morin.
Hello. It's good to be back here in White Sparrow. I can't wait to find out about this hand. I am playing Cueris, a bard.
A
bard who is happy to be here on another adventure and has acquired a very fancy deck of cards.
Oh.
Ooh.
Cueris the Bard, or as established in the very first adventure he appeared in many weeks, if not months ago, Q to his friends. No one ever calls him Q.
I call him Q.
Yeah.
Is that true? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else does.
We're the best friends.
All right. Speaking of friends, next up is Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I play Lee, the Erigenasi monk. Little unsteady on her feet, but she gets the job done.
Yeah. Can't do much better than that. And last but certainly not least, another friend from far to the north. It is Annette Wierster. Hi, Annette. Welcome back.
Hello, I'm playing Chomasa again, Red Dragonborn Ranger who bought a cloak of protection over the last little stint of resting. So now I have a whole extra armor class point.
Exciting. So yes, some of our
Really
mini
tough
adventure
now.
Yeah, some of our mini adventure characters have been hanging around for a while. Some of them have leveled up. Some of them have accrued enough money to go off and go on various expeditions to find some nice magic items to help them out. But this may be the last adventure for some characters because, you know, the mini adventures, they're mini adventures for mini characters. You can you start at level 2, you can get to level 3. Level 4 is the ceiling, people. When you hit level 4, it's time to graduate, go off to do bigger and better things and make room for other characters to rotate in. So
what if I just get held back a level?
This is senior year for some people.
I have to repeat the third level, so you know.
Adventure college. Yeah, and you know, this may be the last adventure for some of these characters. Will be the last adventure because they will become an amazing level 4 adventurer who'll go off into the greater world and not concern themselves with the goings on of White Sparrow and why is there a hand, or will it be the last adventure because they'll die? Dun, dun, dun.
If they do die, it's completely natural.
It's completely natural.
It will be from natural occurrences, like, you know, getting stabbed.
I mean, Dying in battle is really the best way to go. So if that happens, you can be assured that Reed Quarrel Kilgareth will attend to your body and do all of the correct and appropriate rites to set your soul to rest. I give you that promise as a cleric of
That's the
Celeborn.
Reed Quarrel guarantee.
I'm very excited that if I am to die, I am surrounded by appropriate friends and someone who worships
a professional.
Yes, a professional.
Someone
as
who
opposed to the unprofessionals that I almost died with earlier.
Me, yeah.
You're all just you're having a drink in the Evershady Tavern in White Sparrow, talking about your adventures, the good times, and you just get that sense that Reed Quarrel has already taken all of your measurements and knows what size coffin is necessary.
Halfway through each of our obituaries.
Yeah.
Perhaps, like I've got your tombstone sort of like laid out, the shape, the size, the font.
Yeah. How many death's heads you want? How many cherubs? Yeah, you're just you're ready to go. And so you're a nice scenic midday beverage is interrupted at the Evershady Tavern, as seems to happen at the start of many an adventure here in White Sparrow, from a cry from it sounds like a human screaming out in terror from not too far outside.
Must be Sunday.
Oh, look at that. Shall we find out what happened?
Yeah.
If we went up running off every time somebody outside was screaming in terror, we would never finish our drinks.
It's true, but
so
let's
you
take our
don't.
drinks with us.
Oh, now I like the way you think, Thamia.
Yes, now that we have reached beyond the halfway point in the mini adventures, the Evershady Tavern has been outfitted with to-go cups for all
and a patio.
Yeah, yeah. So you stream out into the street outside the Evershady Tavern as several peasants and farmers try and squeeze past you, taking cover inside the tavern, because there is a strange scene happening on this otherwise serene midday here in White Sparrow. There is a very strange looking man kind of staggering down the street here in front of the shops and the markets. He is extremely pale looking, and in fact seems to have kind of wings, but he is badly injured. I'm going to share an image with our players, and they will describe it to our listeners.
Ooh.
Oh.
First of all,
It's an
ripped.
angel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Very handsome.
Yes.
So a strange creature staggering down the street. He has a huge feathered, massive wings. He's very muscular looking, very pale. His eyes kind of strange. His wings both look badly damaged. He seems to have several wounds, and flapping around in the air around him are three creatures. They kind of look, I'm just going to say impish. Is that fair?
Sure.
And that they might literally be made out of fire.
Now, the last time Chomasa and I ran into an angel, it turned out to not be an angel. It was actually a demon.
Yes.
But it was a
did
pretty
we set
friendly
it free?
demon. So I'm still all for helping this fellow out regardless.
Mm-hmm. So I've put you on the map as a reminder. The White Sparrow town map is, theater of the mind. It's not to scale. So you see there's a creature with wings here, not doing so great, and three little flappy fire creatures chasing after him. I'm going to suggest that you roll initiative, because I am rolling initiative for the bad guys. So you always have a choice. You don't have to roll initiative.
I rolled 20.
And I guess I should add some
bad initiative for me.
So far, these dice are medium. Like, they're doing medium well.
Medium well.
That's how I like my
okay.
dice cooked.
Yeah.
That's how I like my...
I prefer my dice medium rare, but
I don't know what I actually like medium well. I was like, that's how I like mine. I was like, not steak. That's not right.
Hamburgers
I guess.
at a restaurant, like
Steaks.
you can't.
I
you
don't
can't
remember
get
what those
any-
are like.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
allowed
true.
to. In Alberta, you can't order a medium well burger. Everything comes well done.
oh, interesting.
Even hamburger?
Yeah,
Mhm.
all
Yes.
hamburgers, all burgers are.
Isn't
you
it
can
just
order-
like a charcoal briquette?
basically, yeah? Which is
Yeah.
why I don't order burgers when I go out to eat very often.
Good to know.
All right. Well, when I go to Edmonton, I will get something different than.
Steak you can get however you want.
All right. So I can't get a hamburger. I can't get a rat. Edmonton is looking worse and worse.
Why are you even coming, Tony?
Yeah.
you
Why
get
am I
your
coming?
rat
I
cooked?
only. Yeah. Well, blended ideally. So.
Reference acknowledged.
Thank you, thank you, Erica. Come back later this month. So, all right, everyone is in there. Why don't I roll initiative for our winged friend as well? Why not? Why not?
My mama appreciated all the chat about her name.
Oh, good.
I've got everybody in there. Quickly in order: Chomaso, you'll be the first. Lee, Reed Quarrel, Thamia, our winged friend, Kuwaris. I always pronounce that name wrong, don't
Yeah.
I?
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. You don't say anything every time.
I did. I literally told you last time, and then you're like, "Yo, okay, got it," and then you just went back to the way you were pronouncing
And
it.
you
before.
just let me do that.
How many times am I supposed to correct you?
I don't know.
Every time.
Many
I'm
as it-
just calling you Q.
Many as it takes, Dan.
Yeah, Tony.
Many as it takes.
If you were friends with him, you could just call him Q.
Oh well, I'm a dungeon master. Let's keep this
He
professional.
keeps trying to kill
Nobody's
you.
friend.
So
So our